How are you?
What you got, Carl?
I don't know.
Is that the one you wanted to buy, Dad?
James, you look at me, sweetheart. Hello, darling.
My name is James Harris. I'm from Bristol and I'm 29 years old, and I've lived in Bristol my whole life. There are little things that I picked up along the way. So the one example that was quite tricky to get my head around was the fact that I had this cancer that was mutating inside my body for around 10 years. So I was around 16 when I started to develop the thyroid cancer. But because the thyroid metastasizes so slowly, it only really became apparent when I was 26. I kind of bring my work life into my personal life, and I really enjoy filming and editing, whether that be music videos or, I mean, now that I've got a family, I'm doing like capturing my boys' first year, and I also produce skateboarding films. I was pursuing a career in video production, recently got married, and kind of, like, I guess, floating through life quite steadily. So it's like, I want to say around Christmas time, 2015-ish. Yeah, it was on this junction right here that I touched my neck and was kind of like, whoa, what is that? I worked for a cancer journal at the time, so my outlook on cancer was kind of, this is a thing that other people have, and I'm kind of like an observer, and I'm learning about different cancers and the different stages and processes in treatment. And when I was diagnosed with cancer, that all changed. My diagnosis and treatment affected my family in ways that it was basically uncertain territory they'd not been in before. So I'm the first family member to have been diagnosed with cancer. So no one really knew how to act, what to say, what to do. And me, in my employment at the time, I knew a bit of background with the cancer that I was diagnosed with. So it wasn't that much of a shock to me in what I would go through, essentially. But with my family, they didn't treat me any differently, but it was, they were just, quite uncertain, curious, and I guess scared at the same time. My diagnosis affected me in a way which I didn't expect, in that I wasn't actually afraid or worried about the fact that I had cancer, or that I'd have to have surgery or radioactive iodine therapy. It was the thyroxine, these small tablets that I'd have to take every day for the rest of my life to keep me going, basically, because the thyroid controls your metabolism. So without a good metabolism, effectively you die. These pills are like a constant reminder that I had a thyroid cancer, albeit it was really easily treated, but I still had it. And this is still a process that I have to go through every day, and I'll always have to go through it. It's that kind of like, there's no escape from that thing that happened, even though my diagnosis and treatment was such a short window. This thing is like ongoing, like forever. So my friends, they were quite scared and freaked out about it, really, because there was this lump, this like physical thing that I would encourage them to feel and just be like, look, I have this thing, but it's fine and it's going to get sorted. Because with them it's like, oh, you're like a mid to late 20-year-old, it's not something you expect. My support network was so strong in that when I was working at the Cancer Journal, I was able to get support from Gordon McVie and his wife Claudia McVie, and they were able to assure me that I had the best surgeon doing the job. You want to be sure that nothing is going to basically damage your ability to talk or breathe or swallow, because it's all in your throat, all this kind of delicate area. So it's just really good to have that reassurance that there will be an end to it and it's not going to be forever. And my family and my wife were obviously really supportive. it was, just a lot of relief in terms of like emotion and mental health, and just having people to take my mind off it was really great. One special person I've not mentioned in terms of my support network would be my cat. So she was fantastic in giving me stress relief, and she's just a really good friend to have around. Advice I give people is just to be positive throughout the whole thing, because it's actually quite a short period of time that you'll have this experience from diagnosis to treatment. So my experience throughout the whole thing was just under 6 months, from finding out that I had it to the end of the radioactive iodine treatment. So really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much time to go through uncomfortable experiences. 3 years down the line, after my surgery and the whole ordeal of being treated for thyroid cancer, I'm working for a creative video agency, and although that is a new chapter in my life, thyroid cancer is still there. So I have to make sure that I tell people, okay, I have this medication I need to take, just so you're aware, and I have yearly checkups with my doctors to make sure that my blood levels are fine, and just to check up how I'm doing. I'm also still very happily married, and we've got our hands full at the moment. So we've just had our first son, so he's 11 months old now, and I'm looking forward to telling him about this story, and just basically making him aware that there's this thing that happened to his dad that isn't this thing to be scared of, but it's the thing that happened. So just to be aware. These are the reasons why his dad can't have breakfast with him at the same time as he has breakfast. It's hopefully a thing that's made me a better person, and understand that everyone has experiences in their lives that are quite difficult, and basically to empathise with others in a better way. The whole experience has changed my outlook on life, in the sense that I'm not taking things for granted as much. I'm taking really good care of others and the people closest to me, because I've gone through this experience that, although in my case was quite easy and straightforward case, there may be things with other people that will be difficult. So I'm just more conscious of other people and their feelings, I'd say.